wanted to talk to you about our Bits and Kits credit program. So this is going to be a short summary of all the rules and regulations related to our trade-in program with Bits and Kits. Basically what Bits and Kits is if you have models or bits lying around or complete model kits laying around that you know you're never going to use, maybe you were going to do something with them, you can send them in to us and we will give you terrain credit. Now, the credit is only going to apply to labor. You'll still have to supply the cost for the supplies and the shipping costs. So what we're looking for primarily with the Bits and Kits system is terrain bits, vehicles, any sort of bits that can be useful in terrain. We'll accept all bits, and we'll also accept full model kits. The amount we will give you will vary from quote to quote. Essentially, if you've got a lot of orc bits, which we have a heavy amount of, depending on what those are, we may give you more or less. It just depends on what our current stock at the time is. One thing we're always looking for is terrain kits and terrain bits like Cities of Death tiles, stuff like that, or ruined vehicles of any sort. You know, if you had an accident and your vehicle smashed everywhere and it's useless and you just have to go buy a new one, you could send us that and we'll give you some terrain credit, and we can use it in projects because ruined vehicles are awesome in terrain kits. Also, for full model kits, which we can actually use for our studio armies and which also just give us the ability to call on a lot more bits, like bodies and such for various sets, we will offer you 50% of the current retail value on those. So there's two ways you can handle this. You can either send us an email list to projects@titanterrainstudio.com with the subject Bits and Kits in the line, or you can just send them in to us and we can review them ourselves. Now it's better for us to give you a quote over the email, because then if you don't like the amount we give you and you want the package back, well then you have to cover the shipping costs on that for us to send it back to you. One thing also that would help when you're sending us an email quote for a list of bits and kits is to take pictures of what you've got. Just take some close-ups. If it's just a pile of different stuff, then you can just kind of give us a list of what's in there and we can just kind of look over it. It helps us kind of look at things and see what you've got in there. Now we do accept painted models. The thing is that if you're going to send in painted models, the value on the credit you get is going to be lower. We would prefer models to be unpainted. The exception for this is sometimes vehicles, because we find that with vehicles, when we're usually using them in terrain sets, is usually because they're ruined. And when they're ruined, they're going to be a little messed up anyway. So vehicles are the one exception to that, though if you can't see any of the details on it, then we're probably not going to be interested in that piece. When you do send your package in to us to get your credit, make sure to include a sheet of paper that has your name, your email address, your phone number, and your physical address so that we can put you into our records to record your credit. A list of the relevant bits and what's in there also helps so that we can go, oh, this is all those Warriors of Chaos stuff that someone emailed me about last week. So credit with us lasts as long as we're in business. So if you want to use your credit next week or next year, or 5 years from now, you can do that. Your credit will always be good with us, and it'll go towards any project you get with us in the future. So remember, if you want to contact us to get a quote on how much credit you can get for your bits and kits, just email us at projects@titanterrainstudio.com. Make sure to put Bits and Kits in the subject line so that we can see it's going towards our credit system. And as always, remember to like, share, and subscribe.